Going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, set, ready.
That one's complete, right side. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Back now, pressure on its way. Reeled in by George Kittle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains, 36 yards in the end. That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's first down. Slot man in motion right. And he's able to push this down to the 12. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
Ready? Come 19! Come 19!
Throwing from the gun here. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away. Incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Here's 2nd and 5. He finds Johnson. And this one doesn't go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find him.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Giants are set to punt. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Pulled in at the 20. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. Hard to do better than that, a 66-yard punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18!
Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Here we go, here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that will set up 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers stretch their early lead to 9. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he found his man.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised decision, but when you give your receiver a chance, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust your guys are better than theirs.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Enough to Chubb to start the drive. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash your defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball. You go right over their head.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. And it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. They'll come up 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. He puts some power on a deep one left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it's going to be 2nd down. Chubb running out of the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
To the air, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good enough for a New York first down. From the red zone now. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. To throw. Here's Darnold. Has it down close. And in. Touchdown, New York. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. Escapes the pocket. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. And that played good enough for a first. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Into the hands of Kittle. And they make the tackle at the 38. We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive. Now looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Brian Burns coming up with the stop.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
He's on the move. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He gets loose down the right side. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
Ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Forced out to his right. He just throws this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
So the incompletion on first. Here's second and goal. Back to throw. He has the San Francisco touchdown. So Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. They begin the drive with Chubb. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They are running from the gun with Chubb. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice game, though, up to the 49. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and short here, trying to pass. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Bails out of the pocket quick. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
Here's 2nd and 14. Got the big yards on the right side. And he works this to the 38 before going down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. New set of downs for him at the 38. To throw it on 1st down. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers making a It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Koo on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers take a 3-possession lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. A give to Chubb, running left. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. Second and 6 coming up here. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Neighbors with a catch. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be second down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Darnold. That's cut beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And the huge conversion gets them a new set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Allen there to haul it in. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Give them about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Tight end going in motion here. Throwing it again here. Catch is made in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Darnold looking to throw. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Giants cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. Throwing from the gun. On the move, headed right. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. First field goal was good. His second look from inside of 45 yards. The kick by Lutz is good. And that pushes the lead up to 13. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the 3rd quarter. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Chubb on the give, headed left. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
From the 34. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Giants will have a first down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. The ball's out, he lost it. And this is picked up by the 49ers.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
Alert! Alert! Rocco switch! Rocco switch! Check out!
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 16 yards on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They go play action on first. Connects on the crosser. And he's out of bounds, past midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play, and keep driving that defense backwards.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They'll throw it again. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Rolling left, buying some time. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Throwing now off play action. That's completed right side. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants shrinking the lead some in the third. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. And now the Giants keeping the offense on the field. We've got a two-point attempt coming up. And he's got it. That catch gets him two and turns this into a one-score game once again. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for two. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
First and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Hits him on the out route. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a 49er first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. All right, set now, first and 10. They are throwing it again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20. At the 30.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
That's taken in by Samuel. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The kick by Lutz is good. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
But when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. I'm going to bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
First and 10 now from the 30. Now Darnold. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space, Steve. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They go play action here. Chased out to his right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Throwing here, Darnold. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he crosses midfield before going out. It's a 21-yard gain. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. They kick the running back in motion. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
2nd and 10 now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Giants shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. He's throwing for it. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set. Trap 60. Trap 60. 79 Broncos. Mustang 19.
They'll come out throwing. Caught for big yards on the right side. It's a nice completion from the rookie passer out of Texas. Good for a 1st down, too.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Go.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. The 49ers with it here, hoping to close out a playoff victory. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Let's go now. Go.
Back to throw now. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ready. 70 Lion. Ready.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Completed left side to Samuel. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
19 Lion. 19 tight. 9. Come 19. Come 19.
Throwing now from the gun. He connects downfield on 4. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That's a 26-yard gain on 4th down, Brock, and the huge play extends this drive.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
From the red zone now. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 3rd and 16.
3rd and long for him here. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board. So after that make, a field goal won't cost him the lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. This is Chubb. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Darnold. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Walking the tightrope there, but he makes the grab in bounds. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it's good enough for a New York first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Here's Darnold. Escapes the pocket. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Here's Darnold to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants come through to tie it in the 4th. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Seven Pirates! Come on, set!
They'll throw it. Put the body on the line for his team. He tucks him down to a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Dragon 60!
To throw here on 1st down. That throw finds Kittle. And they make the tackle at the 38. They get 13 on the pickup. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Here's a throw. Hits his running back. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. All set up now for 1st and 10.
Hawk 70! Go!
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. Has some space inside the 15. And he did not get in. Finally stopped at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. The Giants using their first timeout. And And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. First down, and they go right back to him. Hits the end zone for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
37. Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Chubb. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. He'll look to throw it. This is complete to Neighbors. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here he is to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then.
And they got there in time. He's taken down. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. Still one more in their pocket to use.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. The problem? Defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Chubb brings it in. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Throwing now. Trying to push it deep downfield. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4. Looking to throw it. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The 4th down stands.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Into the 2nd level past the 30. And he has it all the way down to the 8. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. And one last huge step has been taken, partner, as they claim that George Halas Trophy as NFC champions. And now just one step and one trophy remain. 2 weeks from now when they take the field in the Super Bowl. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers.